Hey guys, let's get more news from Dallas Cowboys, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. CeeDee Lamb facing Jalen Ramsey as he closes in on Michael Irvin's Dallas Cowboys record. Cowboys receiver CeeDee Lamb is second in the NFL with 103 receptions and second in receiving yards with 1,306. He needs 5 receptions to surpass his personal record of 107, which he set last year. And he needs 9 to surpass Hall of Famer Michael Irvin's single-season team record of 111 set in 1995. Lamb said he is more concerned with beating Miami than getting a record he knows he will likely own at some point over the final 3 games. "It's not necessarily really on my mind," Lamb said. "It's good to be reminded of those things, showing all the hard work that I've done. I'm not really too focused on that, to be honest." Lamb is the first player in franchise history to record 100-plus catches in consecutive seasons. Prescott said it's a record he wants to help Lamb get as soon as Sunday if possible. "It would mean a lot," Prescott said. "Obviously he's a younger player, got a lot of career ahead of him. But to be able to do that so young, understanding that last year, he was right there, he's already put himself in the top 3. I know he doesn't play for them at all. But I'm the guy that has the ball, so maybe I could feed him a couple of more times when the opportunities are even. At the end of the day, he's a hell of a player, and that's only the beginning of the records that he's going to hold for this organization. Thankful to have him, thankful to play with him. It won't be easy to get it against the Dolphins, as Lamb will likely be matched up against All-Pro cornerback Jalen Ramsey. Few teams challenge Ramsey, who's been targeted just 27 times all season, allowing only 11 receptions. He has 3 interceptions. "Jalen has been doing it for a while," Lamb said. "He has had plenty of success. Coming in, it should be very exciting. I'm looking forward to it. We should get a lot of reps together." Here are the key stats and trends you need to know about CeeDee Lamb and his player prop bet options. He'll take the field Sunday, starting at 4:25 p.m. Eastern Time on Fox. Lamb and the Dallas Cowboys, 10-4, take on the Miami Dolphins, 10-4, in a Week 16 matchup at Hard Rock Stadium. Cowboys missing critical offensive linemen in Week 16. Over the past several seasons, the strength of the Dallas Cowboys roster has been the offensive line. Regardless of the drama or inconsistency plaguing the rest of the offense, the Giants in the trenches have been the anchors holding Dallas' roster together. At this point in the season, a team needs to lean on their most reliable tools to make it into the playoffs. While Dallas has relied on their offensive line this season, the best part of that group has undoubtedly been made of 2 players, left tackle Tyron and right guard Zack. Unfortunately for Dallas, their 2 best offensive linemen failed to practice on Wednesday and are looking unlikely to take the field against the overpowering Miami Dolphins on Sunday. Smith has been with the team since he was drafted with the 9th overall pick in the 2011 NFL Draft and has gone on to be named to 8 Pro Bowls in that span. Martin was drafted by Dallas with the 16th pick in the 2014 NFL Draft and has been named first-team All-Pro 6 times in that span. It can be left unsaid that missing these 2 brutes would be a major setback for Dallas this weekend. While the running game hasn't been as consistent, the offensive line of Dallas has allowed quarterback Dak Prescott to put up impressive numbers this season, as he has been in the talks of the Most Valuable Player award all season. Without his best weapons, Prescott may need to rely more on his middling elusiveness to make plays, as the pocket may not look nearly as clean as it normally does for him. The injuries couldn't come at a worse time for Dallas, as the team desperately clings to the lead in the NFC East over the powerhouse Philadelphia Eagles. Dallas currently relies on the tiebreaker to ward off Philadelphia and essentially can't afford to lose another game this season. Dallas will likely start backup left tackle Chuma Edoga in place of Smith and undrafted rookie right guard TJ Bass in place of Martin. Neither of the 2 backups have seen substantial time in blockbuster games this season. Bass will most likely need additional help in the form of double teams and chips to defend his star quarterback from elite defensive tackle Christian Wilkins. After Miami, Dallas closes the season out against the NFC powerhouse Detroit Lions and the squandering Washington Commanders. Dallas will need all of the help it can get as it attempts to ward off the Eagles and potentially make a push over San Francisco as the number 1 seed in the NFC. Due to the rule changes in recent years, only the number 1 seed will retain a first-round bye and enjoy advantage in the 2023 NFL playoffs. Mike McCarthy gives injury update on Zack Martin. The Dallas Cowboys lost more than just one game versus the Buffalo Bills. On top of being kind of exposed and leading to countless speculations about their true status as contenders, their offensive line also suffered 2 big blows. LT Tyron Smith suffered a back injury during the game, and RG Zack Martin couldn't even finish the game because of a quad injury, and neither was able to participate in practice all week. Notably, HC Mike McCarthy talked about their status on 105.3 The Fan, stating that Zack is closer to making his return than Tyron, but he didn't make it clear whether they would play versus the Miami Dolphins or not, via John Machota. This final stretch of the season will be crucial and brutal for America's team. They're currently atop the NFC East, but they have the same record as the Philadelphia Eagles, so any setback could be a catastrophe at this point in the season. The Cowboys still have to face the Detroit Lions and Washington Commanders after this game versus the Dolphins, while the Eagles will have 2 games versus the New York Giants and 1 versus the Arizona Cardinals, so they clearly have a much easier schedule to close out the campaign. Mike McCarthy's team hasn't been good on the road, and that could be a major issue when they face the most explosive offense in the league, especially if they're undermanned and unable to keep up with that high-scoring pace on the other side of the field. The Cowboys have been without a pair of starting offensive linemen at practice this week, and head coach Mike McCarthy is more optimistic about having one of them than the other against the Dolphins on Sunday. During an appearance on 105.3 The Fan on Friday, McCarthy was asked about right guard Zack Martin and left tackle Tyron Smith. Martin hurt his quad in last Sunday's loss to the Bills, and Smith is dealing with a back injury that McCarthy said makes him less likely to get on the field this weekend. "I would say Zack's ahead of Tyron right now," McCarthy said, via Michael Gelkin of the Dallas Morning News. When Mason Rudolph starts at quarterback for the Steelers on Saturday against the Bengals, he will be the 58th different quarterback to start an NFL game this season. And you fan, what do you think of the Zack Martin situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.